प्रेम से बोलिए श्री राम नाम सत्य है सब ही हो घट है. Hold this please. Right. My dear sympathizers, this morning we are all assembled at this pious and humble home to bid farewell to a most noble individual who has passed away, the late Mrs. Dularie, is it, right? Bharatsingh, who has passed away into transition. We live on this planet Earth, which is called the Mrityu Lok. The word Mrityu means death and Lok means planet. Earth is the planet where the only sure thing it have, once you're born here, you have to die. Nothing else might be sure, but to leave this body one day, it will happen to all of us. So what we are seeing here, remember, day will come that we will have to be in a similar situation. It will happen. We can do whatever we think, but it's going to happen. However, Sri Krishna Bhagavan and the philosophies of Sanatana Dharma tells us that we do not identify with the body, but with the Atma, or the soul. And the soul cannot die. It cannot be burnt by fire, drenched by water, or cut by weapons. It is ever immortal. So philosophers say what we call death really is not really death, but a transition period where the soul moves from one state to another. In Hinduism, we really should observe 16 sanskars or rituals. And these normally begin before a mother conceives a babe. Having conceived that babe and whilst in pregnancy, there are rites and rituals that should be done. When the child is born, growing up, there are different rituals which are called sanskars. One of the major ones is the Vivaha Sanskar, which is the marriage ceremony, when they decide to enter into marriage life. However, most of these are not observed again, right? These traditions are not observed. The final and the last one is the Anteshti Sanskar, where when the soul has left the body, you have to prepare this body for disposal. Because this body is made up of 5 gross elements of earth, water, fire, and ether, and it is going to disintegrate. So we have to prepare it for disposal. The issue is that in English we call it the funeral service, but in Hindi it's called the Anteshti Sanskar. It's good to remember the name. So we are here this morning to perform this ritual on her behalf. What a wonderful personality of those who had known her, right? Having lived to a nice ripe age of 101 years, right? You don't see that happening. So again, people fighting to make half of that. And there are reasons why all this happened and so on. So we want to commend the grandson, and you all are your grandsons, sir? Right? Great-grand, grand and great-grand who take the initiative to do it on her behalf this morning. Okay? So you all face this direction, the south. Let us all stand at this time. If you are able, if not, please sit as we glorify Bhagavan Vishnu. Let me look at this. All right. Take all your correct name, right, and her correct name. In the heavenly sphere, you have what you call a personal Akashic record. So you want the sanskar you're going to do on her behalf to be documented in your Akashic records up there. All issues are documented by Lord Vishnu. So take your correct name, her correct name, meditate on Lord Vishnu and ask the Lord to document this and taste this sanskar this morning you're going to do on her behalf. Right? Yes, touch hands going down. Yes, touch his hand, right? Hari Om Tat Sat Tat Sat Tat Sat Shrimad Bhagavate Mahapurushaye Vishnu Ragya Pravatamanasya Ad Brahman Dvitiye Parade Vishnu Pade Shri Svedvadaha Kalpe Vaivasvanavantare Ashtavinshati Tame Kali Yuge Kali Pratham Charane West Indies Kande Trinidad Deshe Sangri Grandigram Se Sherian Drive, Railway Road Nagare, Se, Siri Krodhinam Sanavastare, Siri Surya Dakshinayat, Bhadrapadamase, Siri Krishna Pakshe, Kardashi Tithi, Siri Gurubare, Puran Punar Vasu Nachatra Mithun Rasi, Nanara Bhaktya, take your name, her name, Amuk Pretasya, Anteshti Sanskar Karishye Namaha. प्रेम से बोलिए श्री विष्णु भगवान की जय। राम नाम सत्य है, सब ही हो घत है। Very good. Rest anywhere, please. Anima flow, please. Meditate on Lord Vishnu, the ultimate of the universe, as we seek his grace and mercy upon the Atma or the soul. Just hold a flower in your hand. Hari Om Yam Brahma Varuna Indra Rudra Maruta Stunavante Dibhyaistavait Svedai Sangha Parkramupadishadai Karyantyang Samagha Dhyanavastita Targate Namanasa Pashyantiyang Yogino Yashyantang Naviru Sura Surgan Devai Tasmai Namaha शांताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभांगं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिविरध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णु भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथं महाविष्णु भगवान दया करो, रक्षा करो, क्षमा करो। बोलो श्री राम नाम सत्य है, सब ही हो घत है। You all can sit. Offer your flower, please. श्री विष्णु भगवान की जय। माम पूजितम। All right. Very personal. You come here. Please, whatever he's doing, just touch hands with him, right? Sprinkle water on anybody. Use your right hand. Om Adhyamukha Gosya Mukha Pretasya Mritasthane Shauname Snanang Vayadiyate Vopatishtatam Snanang Vayadiyate Vopatishtatam Adhyamugotrasya Mukha Pretasya Mritasthane Shauname Snanang Vayadiyate Vopatishtatam. Very good. Just take it there for me. All right. Hanan, please. All right. Each one of you, with this finger, index finger, right? Your pencil chandran, put it on top. Downwards, not upwards. All right. Nice, neat one on the same. Om Adhyamugotrasya Mukha Pretasya Mritisthane Shaunimit Om Chandanam Yadiyate Vopatishtatam Chandanam Yadiyate Vopatishtatam Adhyamugotrasya Mukha Pretasya Mritisthane Shaunimit Om Chandanam Yadiyate Vopatishtatam Chandanam Yadiyate Vopatishtatam Hari Om Adhyamugotrasya Mukha Pretasya Om Sri Pushpamala Mayadiyate Vopatishtatam. Rest it back there, please. Each one of you, take a mala and garland her. Adhyamugotrasya Mukha Pretasya. Hold it to end, find that to follow it. Mritistane Shaunimit Pushpamala Mayadiyate Vopatishtatam. Go ahead. Adhyamugotrasya Mukha Pretasya Mritistane Shaunimit Pushpamala Mayadiyate Vopatishtatam. Hari Om Sri Vishnue Namaha. Adhyamugotrasya Mukha Pretasya Mritistane Shaunimit Pushpamala Mayadiyate Vopatishtatam. Hari Om. Each one of you put some perfume after. Adhyamugotrasya Mukha Pretasya. Just pray anybody, right? Hari Om Gandanang Mayadiyate Vopatishtatam. Adhyamugotrasya Mukha Pretasya Mritistane Shaunamit. Hari Om Sri Gandanang Mayadiyate Vopatishtatam. Gandanang Mayadiyate Vopatishtatam. All right. You're going going to do arati, right? Everybody, and as you're doing, you're going around the coffin 5 rounds, slowly, right? A little follow behind him, touch him. Adhyamu gotrasya mukha pretasya mritistani shaunamit deepam maya diyatevo patishtatam. Jai Krishna Hare Shri Krishna Hare Dukhiyo ko dukh dur kare Jai 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 Krishna Hare जब चारों तरफ अंधियारा हो आशा का दूर किनारा हो और कोई न केवनहारा हो तब तू ही बेड़ा पार करो तब तू ही बेड़ा पार करो जय 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 कृष्ण हरे तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे विष को भी अमृत कर दे पूरन कर दे सबकी आशा जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे फिर जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे जय 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 कृष्ण हरे जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे दुखियों को दुख दूर करे जय 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 कृष्ण हरे जय 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 कृष्ण हरे जय 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 कृष्ण हरे Nice fight. Right? Let me see. बोलो श्री राम नाम सत्य है सब ही हो करता है Adhyamugotrasya mukha pretasya pratistane shaunibet eshato pindo maya diyatevo patishtatam. Pull it right there. Off a little water, black tail. Adhyamugotrasya mukha pretasya telanjisyo maya diyatevo patishtatam. Could cover it, please. Adhyamugotrasya mukha pretasya pratistane shaunibet Hari Om Sri Telanjisyo for the stool Sri Kantalit. Adhyamu Gotrasya Mukha Pretasya Mritistani Shaunavit Tulasi Dalani Maya Diyatevo Patishtatam Bolo Shri Ram Nam Satya Hai Sabhi Ho Ghata Hai. At this time, we invite immediate members of the family who want to come and pay their respects. Please, you can do so. And we have with us Chan Bhai, who will render bhajan. Butch, anybody would like to at this time, please come. Adhyamukha gotrasya mukha pretasya.
आए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला 2 दिन की जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला आए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला 2 दिन की जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला 2 दिन की जिंदगी है दो दिन का मेला, आए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला, दो दिन की जिंदगी है, दो दिन का मेला। जिनके लिए है तूने महल सजाए, जिनके लिए है तूने महल सजाए, मतलब के यार सारे सब है पराए। इनके लिए है तूने महल सजाए, मतलब के यार सारे सब है पराए। इनके लिए है कितना तूने दुख झेला, दो दिन की जिंदगी है, दो दिन का मेला, आए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला, दो दिन की जिंदगी है, दो दिन का मेला। काहे को तू आया जग में, क्या तुझको करना, नेकी करम कर ले दुनिया से डरना। काहे को तू आया जग में, क्या तुझको करना, नेकी करम कर ले दुनिया से डरना। पाप के अगन में खुद को काहे को ढकेला, दो दिन की जिंदगी है, दो दिन का मेला, आए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला, दो दिन की जिंदगी है, दो दिन का मेला। हर की शरण तू हो जा, ध्यान लगा ले, हर की शरण तू हो जा, ध्यान लगा ले। जीवन मिले ना फिर ये जीवन को पाले, हर की शरण तू हो जा, ध्यान लगा ले। जीवन मिले ना फिर ये जीवन को पाले। खेल जगत का सारा उसने है खेला, दो दिन की जिंदगी है, दो दिन का मेला, आए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला, दो दिन की जिंदगी है, दो दिन का मेला। ये जिंदगी है प्यारी एक झूठा सपना, गैरों की दुनिया में नहीं कोई अपना। ये जिंदगी है प्यारी एक झूठा सपना, गैरों की दुनिया में नहीं कोई अपना। सबसे रहते हुए मैं हूँ अकेला, दो दिन की जिंदगी है, दो दिन का मेला, आए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला, दो दिन की जिंदगी है, दो दिन का मेला, दो दिन की जिंदगी है, दो दिन का मेला, दो दिन की जिंदगी है, दो दिन का मेला।
राम नाम सत्य है, सब ही हो घट है। हरि ओम ध्यामु गोत्रस्य मुख प्रेतस्य मृतिस्थाने शौन्मे, हरि ओम दीपम वया दीयते वोपतिष्ठताम्. Right? If you're older than her, you will make arati for her, right? Anybody here?
मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम, ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम, ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम। लोचन मन में जगह न हो तो, लोचन मन में जगह न हो तो जुगल चरण में ले लो राम, ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम। जीवन देखे जाल बिछाया, रच के माया नाच नचाया, चिंता मेरी कभी मिटेगी, चिंता मेरी कभी मिटेगी, जब चिंतन में ले लो राम, ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम। तुमने लाखों पापे तारे, मेरी बारी बाज हारे, बाज हारे, मेरे पास न पुण्य की पूंजी, मेरे पास न पुण्य की पूंजी, बद पूजन में ले लो राम, ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम। राम है राम, राम है राम, घर घर अत को दर दर भत को, कहाँ कहाँ सिर भत को, इस जीवन में मिलो न तुमको राम, हे राम, इस जीवन में मिलो न तुमको, मुझे मरण में ले लो राम, ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम।
राम नाम सत्य है, सब युगत है। हरि ओम मध्यामु गोत्रस्य मुख प्रेतस्य प्रतिस्थाने शौनके।
Revered Panditji, friends and family, I have chosen to pay tribute to this wonderful soul by expressing in song. On this type of occasion, when I try to talk, sometimes I can't reach the end. So I pay tribute to this wonderful lady whom I have had the privilege of knowing for over 60 years. And if you were to multiply that by 365, we're going to get a few million. And not for one day have I seen her flustered, or have I heard her raise her voice at anyone. She was the most humble person I have known. So, as I say, I pay tribute in song. चाहे राम भजो, चाहे श्याम भजो, शिव सब है एक समान रे तू, भज मन राधे श्याम हरि। चाहे राम भजो, चाहे श्याम भजो, शिव सब है एक समान रे तू, भज मन राधे श्याम हरि। पुरुषोत्तम है राम हमारे, मैया धारत वाले। धर्म धर्म के दीप जलाए, मोहन मुरली वाले रे प्राणी, मोहन मुरली वाले। निशिता में भजो सिया राम में भजो, अकेले चरणों की ध्यान रे तू। भज मन राधे श्याम हरि, चाहे राम भजो चाहे श्याम भजो, शिव सब है एक समान रे तू। भज मन राधे श्याम हरि। शिव शंकर है सब कुछ दाता, अपने भाग्य बना ले। सबको स्वरूप मांगो की, ममता को अपना ले रे प्राणी, अपना को अपना ले। अभिमान जो राधे कृष्ण भजो, प्रभु नामे कुद गुण गान रे तू। भज मन राधे श्याम हरि, चाहे राम भजो चाहे श्याम भजो, शिव सब है एक समान रे तू। भज मन राधे श्याम हरि।
Thank you very much, Sabuchun and Chan, for rendering such relevant bhajans at this time. Bolo Ram Naam Satya Hai Sabhi Ho Ghat Hai. So as I said, we are here this morning to bid farewell to this most noble individual who has passed away, the late Mrs. Dularie Bharatsingh, who had met a nice ripe age of 101 years. This planet Earth, again, is called Mrityu Lok. Mrityu means death and Lok means planet. Here is the planet where death is inevitable. Now, the normal counting of the time of a human being, according to Western philosophy, is 3 scores and 10, right? 70 years, okay? That is the Western counting of time. The Hindu counting of the lifespan of a human should be 1,007 full moons. How much that'll be? It works out to be approximately 83.4 years. But the Srimad Bhagavad Puran tells you that the average lifespan of a human should be 100 years. So she crossed that, right? Sant Mahatma Tulsidas, who wrote the Ramayana just 400 odd years ago, 400 years ago in fact, he lived for 126 years. Okay? So she really made all in that respect, and we salute her for that. I want to endorse what Mr. Butchan said earlier. Having known her for a little while she was active outside and so on, so very humble, so very simple, so very down to earth, you know. It was a blessing just to see her. Just to see her, you become blessed in that respect. And devotees, let us ask the question, why was she able to live to 101 years? And people fight it to make 40, 50, was that 60 to go to 70, the lowest amount. You know what I attributed to it? You see, health is one, okay? Taking care of your health. Good karmas, this prolong your health. Bad karmas help to shorten your lifespan. But I think more than that is the kind of care and attention she got from her family here. Her daughter especially, right? Everybody would have put together. But I want to salute Nirmal today as her son-in-law. right, as a son-in-law. Because normally, is a son and daughter-in-law supposed to really take back care of the parents. In their absence, he as a son-in-law has done this. And I think we all need to salute him today. That is why she made the 101 years. Yes, she would not have made that. That love, that care, attention, I'm sorry for the 100th birthday that I couldn't be here when you told me about it. But such a wonderful, those who really know her before, such a wonderful individual. She was born in 1923 and she left this world in 2024, right? You could imagine the kind of struggle she went through in her time. Today as young people, they say, well, life hard in this place, boy. We so much struggle and stress. What them go through is nothing to what we have a better roses these days. Well, how could you imagine in that time how life was without all the facilities that you have today? Think about it. So you see, devotees, one of our noble tradition was the extended family, right? And with the extended family, the elders were taken care of. They were taken care of, and that's why they lived so long and comfortably. What is the trend today? Right? I might fall in it, As soon as you get a little sickly and unable, 2 weeks maximum, they go see about you, and the next thing, how your dad or mom going, boy? Bob's in a home, Right? All of we had to prepare to go in homes now because nobody want to take care of you now. If you study what a mother does for you as a child coming into this world to make you a big man or a big lady, what is too difficult to do back some of that seva for her? But I said it rightfully supposed to be daughter-in-law and son. But you see, that is the next problem we have. Because a long time, the daughter-in-law put the mother-in-law in a pepper sauce bottle. Tell me if I'm wrong, right? A son's supposed to be like Sarwan Kumar, to care for his parents. Jinamata pita ki seva ki unatira snan ki unakiyo. It has no blessing greater than that. No blessing. So Nero, as a son-in-law, and I know that the kind of support you would have given your wife, your children, to help care for her. She had to be really comfortable here. Again, the love and attention that no other person, how you are yourself, very loving and caring too. That's why she made 101 years. We salute her devotees in this way, having completed her entire lifespan, which is recommended upon this earth. Now, this body is made up of 5 gross elements: earth, water, fire, and ether. Matter cannot be created nor destroyed. And Bhagavan Krishna says that this soul is also immortal. So let us ask Bhagavan Krishna's blessing upon her through the medium of a few verses of the Bhagavad Gita. Hari Om Namo Brahmanya Devaya Gau Brahman Hitaya Cha Jagadithaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namam. Bhagavan Krishna bole ki he Arjun, ye enang veti hantarang ye chaivanang man yete hatam ubhavatao no bijanito nanyang hantati na haniyate. Is Sir Arjun, that person is considered to have the highest excellence of wisdom, right? Who has the third eye open and can see that there is a difference between the body and the soul. When the third eye is not open, we look at ourselves in the mirror, we say, this is me, right? And we knock our chest, this is me. But is this really me? No. The you and the me really is that eternal spark of God existing in us devotees, that Atma or the soul. But the only time you can see that difference is when your third eye is open. So that person who can realize it, he possesses the highest excellence of wisdom. For this soul could never be killed, nor can it kill in this manner. Na jayate mriyateva kadachi kotrayang bhutava bhavita bhana bhuyaha ajonitya shastravayang purano na hanyate hanyamano sharirang. Arjun, this soul is never born, so anything that does not have a birth, it cannot die. It existed before it came into the body as a baby, right? You see, son, you understand. God don't have a factory up there, and every time he make a new body, he put a new soul in it. No. Like a car engine, you make a new car, you put a new engine. No. It's the same old soul coming back, right? That's part and parcel of God. It is the most ancient thing in the universe. So it existed before it came into the body. Whilst in the body, and there's consciousness, we could identify with it. It does not mean when it has left the body, it has died. No, it continues to live on. And here, devotees, is the importance of all these after-death rituals now that you are going to do. Right now, the soul has left the body. The soul has taken a body, an aerial body the size of the thumb. You call it angushari. The soul is seeing everything happening here, until you dispose of it, right? So it remains wrong until you dispose of the body. Now, there are various ways of disposing of a body. You could bury, you could cremate. Long ago, they had sea burial. Some people, you sing them in the ocean. If you go to India, you see bodies floating down the Ganges. There's a sect in India called the Parsis, and they believe the body should not be wasted. They put it on a height for vultures and so on to feed from it. But of all the recommended ways, the highest is cremation, where everything goes to ashes. Okay? Then the soul returns. When you bury a body in the ground, that soul does linger around there, But when they gone to ashes, everything, it has nothing to attach to. It comes back to where it was most accustomed to. Now, when you cry, when you grieve, when you sorrow, it creates attachment to the soul. Now, the soul does not have the physical body again. It's an aerial body. And it is stuck between the physical plane and the material plane. And when these emotions are expressed, right, the soul can't entertain it, so it becomes very agitated, very, very unsettled. So hence why there's a beautiful text called What Becomes of the Soul After Death by Swami Sivananda. One should not worry or cry whatsoever. We are human beings, yes. There are emotions in us. You must miss a dear one, especially was very loving to you and so on. Now, every day after the funeral, right, the son or grandson or whoever doing the ritual will offer tarpan and pindas. Part of that pinda that is offered goes towards the formation of a new aerial body, which is formed on the day of the shaving ritual, which is called the Dasgat. Right? The shaving ritual is a purification ritual one, but it's very important that the soul will now, a new body has been built by the offering of it for those days. It's called a cubit, the size of the palm of the hand. So the soul drops the body of the thumb size, enters into this body, and is now ready to travel, to leave on a journey. Which journey? The journey is to the Lord who now sits on the judge's chair. And the Lord is called Lord Yamraj. We all had to go up there one day. Right? So when that journey begins, so you need a vehicle to travel, which is this body, which is formed on the day of the shaving. Right? The journey begins when the Bhandara is done. Right? How long the journey takes? Only one celestial day. But a celestial day equals a human year. And that's why the Hindu home enters into a state of mourning for a period of 1 year. During the 1 year, the soul does get to stop 16 times on the way to receive offerings of pinda and tarpan and so on. It energizes the soul, and so it's able to move on. If they are not offered, it struggles, very dejected, it has to struggle on. Before the 1 year would have reached, which works out to be around 354 days around the year, the 1 year Bhandara should be done to complete the journey of the Atma, after which it now has to face the Lord to answer for actions performed by this body whilst we had it. And there the logical law of the universe applies, which is the law of karma. We are the creators of our destiny. How you make your bed, so you lie. What we plant, that is what we are going to reap. You see? And so devotees, a future body is destined if moksha is not achieved. Our ultimate goal, once you have these human bodies, we should never return into our next body, but get oneness with God. But what causes us most time not to get it, when we come here, we get entangled in the web of materialism, and we commit karmas that are detrimental to us. And karmas committed have to be answered for. And that's why we keep returning again. So we don't get a human body easily, remember that. Our main mission with this body is to serve the Lord and His creation with a guileless heart. And knowing her, well, I didn't know her in her earlier days and so on, but just seeing the type of personality she was, you could just tell the type of dharmic life that this lady had lived. Okay? So, Bhagavan Krishna says again, you know what is some devotees, and it's important we mention this, what is sad? What is sad to know today? People want a package deal when there's a funeral. And you get any pandit to do it for you, eh? You just have to search for them, they will do it for you. That they're doing the shaving and the bandara on the same day at the funeral. And you have to do, you say, boy, we got a good pandit, we don't have to do anything again. According to the Garuda Puran, that soul remains stuck in the spirit world until eternity. It can never be released. You see it? So important it is. So very again, commendations go to this home, the family members, all your grandchildren, great-grand and so on, who take this initiative to do. And I know you will do everything humanly possible for her. Right? So Bhagavan Krishna says again, Hari Om Veda Vinashinang ko nityang ya ena ko manjamam yayam kathang se purusha ko partake ko ghatayanti hantitikam. He said that person who knows the difference between body and soul, right? And knows devotees that it can allow us by being in this human body, using the body, and that's where satsang is important, right? You say do the right thing and don't do the wrong thing. What is the right thing and what is the wrong thing? That's where you go to satsang and you get the knowledge. Today with technology, you get it home too, right? But home is for those who can't afford to really go. Whilst God bless you with health and strength, you should go. Right? That is a wise individual. You know, there's an old bhajan, right? I'll just sing the chorus for you. मन की आँखें खोल बाबा, मन की आँखें खोल, मन की आँखें खोल बाबा, मन की आँखें खोल. What the bhajan wali is saying? Get up and know who art thou. Get your mind's eye open and realize who you are, not this body or the soul. Realize your purpose of life for what you have come here for and work towards achieving it. So these bhajans and them, they bring a lot of messages and so on. So Arjuna asked the Lord, Hariyam vasasani jirnani yata ko vihai navani ko grachanati naroparani tatha sharirarani vihai jirna nanyayani sanyati navani dehi. He said, why life have to be like this? Well, it's not referring to her, but we see so much of young people passing away. And this is one of the characteristics of Kali Yuga. All right, she did that full quote of her life here. And Arjun said, the Lord said, Arjun, this body is like a suit of clothes. Being constantly worn, it becomes worn out, you take on a new outfit. So too when the soul feels that the body is not able to upkeep it, mainly due to physical deterioration, the soul discards it to take on a new one. But that depends again now on the logical law of the universe, which is the law of karma. Right? You have what you call the karmic ladder. We can send the soul right up to achieve oneness with God, or we can sink it right down in metapsychosis to the lowest of species that are created here. And how many species of lives there are? 8,400,000, divided into 4 categories called Andaj, Ukmaj, Pindaj, and Astravar. Lives that come from wombs, mammals, we are the highest. Lives that are born from eggs. Lives that are sweat-born, microscopic and otherwise, and the plant kingdom. Of all of these, the highest body the soul could ever get to come and live in is this human. And always remember, you are born by guess. Right? The great mercy of the Lord had to be showered. He said, Arjun, nainang chidanti shastrani, nainang dahati pavaka, na chainang karitaya puvashoshati maruta. He said, let it be known. No amount of water could drown the soul. No amount of fire can burn it. No weapon has yet been invented to destroy it. It is ever immortal. It is the most ancient thing. It existed before it came into the body. Whilst there was consciousness, we could have identified with it. But it does not mean that it has left the body, it has died. No, it continues to live on. A very important is that we are now getting into the period soon from now called Pitra Paksh, which will start, I think, on the 18th of September to the 2nd of October. This is a time dedicated to ancestors. So if the soul don't die, your mother goes, but that soul continues to live, right? Now, during the 1 year when somebody dies, the soul takes the position of a prate. It's only after the 1 year ceremony is completed, then the soul takes another status of a pitra, right? Pitra. And offerings that are made, in whatever body there be, all the merits go to Lord Krishna. And wherever that soul is, he hands it over to the soul, and the soul begins to prosper. So whilst you are doing for somebody who had passed away, somebody doing for you who was their father or mother in some previous birth. We don't know. Right? The soul does not have gender. What causes gender is karma. Karma causes you to born as a male. Karma causes you to born as a female. Okay? So Bhagavan Krishna gives us consolation in this respect, that have no fear, the soul cannot die. Again, we are human beings. Someone who has been very nice to you, loving, caring, and so on. You must miss such an individual. Okay? So let's join our hands in prayer. Gita Ganga Chagayatri Sita Satya Saraswati Brahm Vidya Brahmavari Tri Sindhya Mukta Gehini Ardhamatra Chidananda Bhaudhvani Bhainashini Veda Triparayanantra Tatvarta Jnana Manjari प्रेम से बोलिए श्री राम नाम सत्य है सब ही हो घत है. Offer your flowers and bow. I think we have someone from the family who would like to express some sentiments. Dularie, right? Who doing that? I call on Adesh, okay, please? Yeah. All right, we could relax a minute, right?
Sitaram, everybody. Well, who don't know, I'm Adesh Ramkilawan from Chinchin Road, Kudupia. Some of the family might know me here. A little history on Mama here, or Dularie. Really, she's born in Barataria. Komoto, she lived in Komoto a little bit. Then she came to Chinchin Road. She lived in Chinchin Road a lot, almost 40 years of her life. And again, Auntie Prabi, again, her daughter took her and brought her up here almost 40 years. I must say Auntie Prabi did a good job at Uncle Nirmal. Uncle Nirmal did his part again at Baba. That was part of my theology, but again, children nowadays, I hope the lesson to be learned here today is that we get old. And most of the time, children put their parents in homes, you know. They took care of us from a little kid, mind us, sent us to school, raised us. I don't think it's fair for us to just put them in a home as they get old. And Auntie Prabi took up this mantle, and my mama with her grandkids, Sherry, Mary. It's very sad. I am really emotional. I used to call her, especially she's born on the 4th of July, American independence. So she was easy to remember. And she used to I was asked, Mama, you know who's talking to you? She said, Adesh. And she was like about 80, 90, and she still remembered me. So, again, the lesson to be learned, as everybody's here, is that she lived a life I never saw this lady angry, to be honest, Baba. She always had a smile, they never talk hard to anybody, pick up flowers, do her puja. Again, lesson to be learned. If we could learn a little bit from Mama, this will be great. I thank everybody, and may her soul rest in peace now. She'll live her life over 100. Thank you, everybody. One thing again, it had three queens. It was Mama, Purandi Ramkilawan, which is my grandmother, and Kelly Mousy from the Ramutas. The three of them was always together. Any family event, she's the last, and she's going to meet them now. So, thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much, Adesh, for those sentiments expressed. Any member of the family, please wish to express any sentiments, you're free to come. Or if anybody else in the community and so on who have known her better than me and you would like to express any sentiments, we invite you at this time.
Pandit Bhavnath, members of the family, Nirmal, Pravi, and members of the family, well-wishers, Sitaram. Ma, that's how I know her. For the past 34 years, she always had a charm. And I remember that a few years when I came here, even to drop off some stuff, Ma will be right at the balcony and say, hey, come upstairs. And then I would say, well, Ma, I'm kind of busy and I have to go. And you know what? Once she gives you that smile, that's it, That charm, you have to come out, go upstairs, make sure you eat, come back down with a bag or some food she will give you. So she always makes sure that you're happy and contented. And that is the spirit that I always admire about her. She was so peaceful, calm, charming. And I know Nirmal and Prabhi, you all did an excellent job with Ma. And you have also done that with your children and grandchildren. So keep up the good work. And I know Ma, may her soul rest in peace. And continue, Ma, wherever your destiny takes you, to charm more people. Thank you.
Thank you so much again. Mr. Butchun, would you like to come and finish off where you started? Right.
I continue to pay tribute in song. दुनिया में तेरा है बराना, आज मुझे भी तुझसे पर गया काम. मेरी बिनती सुने को जानू, मेरी बिनती सुने को जानू, मानू तुझे मैं राम. राम नहीं तो कर दूंगा सारे जग में तुझे बदनाम. दुनिया में तेरा है बड़ा नाम, आज मुझे भी तुझसे पर गया काम. मैं नहीं कहता, कहते हैं सारे, मैं नहीं कहता, कहता है सारे, तूने बनाए चांद सितारे. तू दुख दूर करे तो मेरी मेरी बिगड़ी बनाए तो तेरे गुणगाम सुबह शाम, राम नहीं तो कर दूंगा सारी जग में तुझे बदनाम, दुनिया में तेरा है बड़ा नाम, आज मुझे भी तुझसे पड़ गया काम, साथी जगत में बस एक अपना, साथी जगत में बस एक अपना, इस जीवन का आखिरी सपना, वो भी तोड़ कराता नाले, वो रूप कराता नाले, सर पे तू ये इल्जाम, राम नहीं तो कर दूंगा सारे जग में तुझे बदनाम, दुनिया में तेरा है बड़ा नाम, आज मुझे भी तुझसे पड़ गया काम, मजबूरी तेरे धड़ पे ले आई, आशा के मैंने ज्योति जगाए, ओ मन की बुझती जोत जगा दे, मेरी टूटी आस बना दे, आया मैं तेरी धाम, राम नहीं तो कर दूंगा सारी जग में तुझे बदनाम, दुनिया में तेरा बढ़ गया काम, मेरी बिनती सुने को जानू, मेरी बिनती सुने को जानू, हो राम हो राम हो राम हो राम।
Bushy voice, real good at this age, boy. Yeah, that's so nice. Keep it up. Right. Thank you so much. I think we have grand or great grand. Grand. All right. Please come. You want to talk on this or you want to hold it? Come here.
Testing. Hi, Sitaram, everybody. Well, as you all might know, I am one of the grandchildren of Mama, and I just would like to say a few words on behalf of all of us. Okay, it looks long, but it's not too long, right? Today marks a very special day in all our lives. Today, we celebrate the life of Dularie Bharatsingh, better known as Ma, a lady that has in some way touched the lives of everyone gathered here. Born in 1923, she was raised in the town of San Juan by her father and stepmother until the age of 8. She then moved to Karatal, Kumoto to live with her maternal aunt. Some years later, at the age of 19, she got married to Mr. Bharatsingh, and this was the genesis of the last name Bharatsingh. Both she and her husband labored tirelessly at the estate with their crops of rice and other various small crops, which sustained them and their family. At the age of 19, she had her first child, Carmen. She then had 4 other children, Suresh, who unfortunately had passed in infancy, Ramesh, who is now deceased, Harish, commonly known as Harry, and Prabhavati, commonly known as Prabhi. Her husband, Bharat, started a contracting business and then his own poultry farm. However, passed away in his 50s, leaving her in charge of the operations. Fortunately, she was able to hold both the business and family together as a matriarch of the family. She witnessed the marriages of all her children and forged strong bonds with everyone. After living a number of years at Chinchin, she moved to Arima with her daughter Carmen and son-in-law Sunny. In the early 80s, due to her daughter's migration, she was welcomed to the home of Prabi and her husband Nirmal Gandhi, where she spent the rest of her life. She had an abundance of grandchildren like Ricky, Ronald, who is now deceased, Dave, Terry, Joanne, Curtis, Diane, Sharianne, Marianne, Sharda, Siobhan, and many nephews and nieces. She was fortunate to have traveled extensively abroad, visiting family, friends, and new places. But she always returned home, to the place she loved the most. Not to be outdone, her 15 great-grandchildren also benefited immensely from her love and affection. These blessed children included Vicky, Nikki, Ashley, Kajol, Akash, Justin, Jaden, Vikash, Vishal, Sanvi, Savir, Shirala, and Samir. She took heroic care of these children even into her 80s. Mama held a unique love for her flower garden, which she took great care and pride and joy. They are blooming today in a final farewell to her. Mama has been the backbone of our family, being front and center in all our activities. Many of you remember the difficult economic times of the 80s, which Mama stepped up her role with us emotionally and spiritually as well. She was one of the stabilizing forces in our home at that time. When our parents became involved in businesses, she would clean, cook, bathe, and discipline us with a blanket of love. Our religious instructions came directly from her sometimes even in Hindi, often grinding her own dar to use in her offerings. She was steadfastly religious and instilled the love and devotion to Hinduism in us. She had a major surgery and was dangerously close to death. In fact, she suffered from multiple strokes and heart failures, but this did not allow her heart to fail us. COVID-19 was no match for her strength as she made her journey to the impressive age of 101. In the Ramayana, the concept of absolute love is spoken of and demonstrated throughout. It was no wonder that this was her favorite scripture, as she embodied the teachings and values of this great text in everything that she did and with everyone that she loved. So, Mama, may you find a peace and happiness that you so richly deserve in your journey beyond. You have been asking to go home, but there is no greater honor or blessing that you deserve more than to be taken home by Lord Krishna on his birthday. All our love and thank you.
Thank you so much. We heard so much nice things of this lady, and I know it's only nice things will be said. You want to say something to her? Good, go ahead. Great grand, okay, beautiful.
Sitaram, my name is Sanvi and this is my cousin Vishal. We represent the great-grandchildren of our dear Mama. It is a rare and fortunate opportunity for us to describe our experiences and feelings for one of the greatest persons that we've ever had the honor of knowing.
Since we were babies, we have been in her presence and showered with her love. Our minds today are flooded with these fond memories of her, and we would like to share some with you. This is from Vikash, who is presently in the US and couldn't be here today. I'll say the most memorable thing I can remember is when my brother, Vishal, and I were in preschool. One morning, we couldn't find Vishal to leave with us for school. After an exhausting search, we finally found him in Mama's room under the blanket where she was hiding him to stay home. For me, the most prominent memories I have of her are the mornings that I would get up before school and watch TV with her, or teach her what I had learned in school. This went up until I wrote SEA.
My fond memories include coming here after school or on weekends and just sitting on her bed chatting with her about school and other stuff. She was always so interested in what I was up to, and I used to talk the poor lady's ear off. But she always listened with a smile. On some birthdays, I would insist that my parents bring me over so that I could cut my cake with her surrounded by my family. She always seemed so happy for that, especially when I rubbed icing all over her face.
There are so many more stories that all her other great grandchildren can share. But then you would have to stay here until next week. And we want to bid our mama a loving farewell today, as she is probably waiting to embark on her journey. But we know she's listening to this with a smile.
So, Mama, on behalf of all your great-grandchildren, thank you for all that you did for us, taught us, and shared with us. May Lord Krishna keep you as safe and as happy as you always kept us. Again? Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, all these great grandchildren of the late who has passed away. I am, I sit down there and I only looking at Nirmala, but I don't know how to salute you, to be honest. I'm telling you, that was her daughter, right? So, the mother, you do all the, doing you to the type of person you are, very caring and loving. But as a son-in-law to take this responsibility, you had to salute this man. I'll tell you why. One day I drive and go down the Churchill Roosevelt Highway just before Makoya Junction, and a car in front of me have on the windscreen written there, the back windscreen, my mother-in-law is in the trunk. So I could imagine the kind of relationship that guy had, right? This is so nice that you can make that sacrifice and to do all the care and attention for your mother-in-law, right? God bless you. That blessing must be there. Bolo Ram Nam Satya Hai Sabhi Gata Hai. I'll sing one bhajan at this time. These bhajans carry a lot of meaning. It tells us one day we have to leave this world, be the very rich, the very poor. We come with our hands empty. We go with our hands empty. Nothing you bring, nothing you carry. Be the king or the beggar, that recognizes no indifference. Endlessly we study the religious texts, to get over the issue of death. Yet it's so difficult. In this rough and treacherous waters of this world, only the pathway to spiritual elevation, the name of the Lord and God's consciousness, makes this trip a little easier for us. Ek din chute jaaye sansar, o ek din chute jaaye sansar, o ek din chute jaaye sansar. जिनके लाख परदीप बरत है हो, जिनके लाख परदीप बरत है हो, जाते वो हाथ पसार, जाते वो हाथ पसार, ओ एक दिन छूटी जाए संसार, ओ एक दिन छूटी जाए संसार. राजा रंक के काल नहीं चीन्हत, राजा रंक के काल नहीं चीन्हत, सबके करत आहार, सबके करत आहार, ओ एक दिन छूटी जाए संसार, ओ एक दिन छूटी जाए संसार. वेद पुराण ग्रंथ बहुविधि पद, वेद पुराण ग्रंथ बहुविधि पद, कोई न पावत पार, कोई न पावत पार, ओ एक दिन छूटी जाए संसार, ओ एक दिन छूटी जाए संसार, भाव सा घर में जीवन नैया हो, भाव सा घर में जीवन नैया हो। राम लगा वे पार, राम लगा वे पार, ओ एक दिन छूटी जाए संसार, ओ एक दिन छूटी जाए संसार। बोलो श्री राम नाम सत्य है, सब ही हो घट है। All the boys, please come back on the side. We're involved in the ritual.
Sita, just want to mention that so right now, Mama brother is here. I mean, not everybody knows him. He's the only one that. No, yeah, they have one more. Yeah, so yeah, and all her nephews and everybody from Malek and Bharatari, everybody's here. I mean, everybody from Gandhi know her, but these are the family from that side. And we have family from St. Helena, Chin, all Kelly, everybody, all the cousins, niece, nephews, everybody. So just wanted to special appreciation to everybody that came. And thank you as well to everybody that came today. Thank you.
So the vote is, yeah, please. All right. He'd like to extend some few words. Please come. No. All right. So as we have come to the end of this morning's service, I want to kindly ask you, please let us stand again. If for any reason you can't, stay seated. As we bid farewell to this most noble individual who has left us. For again, we are all mortals, and once we come here, a day will come we will have to go. What is very important at this time is prayer. No matter what faith you may follow, is one God of the universe, and your way, let us ask of the Lord His mercy upon the soul. You know, during the course of life, we do good, we do bad, we do it consciously, unconsciously. If for any reason she did wrong anyone, please forgive. And if you did, we beg her to forgive. That, O Bhagavan Krishna, the Lord and Master of the universe, listen to our humble prayer and request. For one who has no other hope and support, accept her at your feet. Even though during the course of life again, negativities may have occurred. Again, the currents of the waters of the world are torrentious and deep. Your name simply becomes a boat to help cross this ocean of births and death. O merciful and compassionate Lord, your beloved Father, please have mercy upon this Atma. Without same, freedom from the cycles of births and death becomes impossible. O Lord, we beg of you, as children of yours with our hearts put together, kindly take care of this departed soul. Be pleased to keep it as your servant. We as your children, we pray on its behalf. Sri Krishna Chandra Maharaj Prabhu Binti itni suniye suniye. Shri Krishna Chandra Maharaj Prabhu Binti itni suniye suniye. जिनके कछु और अवलंबन ही तिनके चरणन ओ रखिए रखिए. इसके अवगुण बहुतेरे है, यही बार क्षमा करिए करिए श्री कृष्ण चंद्र महाराज प्रभु बिनती इतनी सुनिए सुनिए यह मृतक जीव को सुधारो गति निज दास बना और रखिए रखिए कोई पुत्री तुम्हार करे बिनती निज धाम इसी को चाहिए चाहिए श्री कृष्ण चंद्र महाराज प्रभु बिनती इतनी सुनिए सुनिए बिनती इतनी सुनिए सुनिए. A poet has put some beautiful words together describing a personality like hers. That though your smile is gone forever and your hand we cannot touch, still we are going to have some memories of the one we love so much. We will often think of you in silence and often speak your name. All we are going to have are memories and your picture in a frame. Our hearts still ache in sadness and our silent tears still flow. For what it meant to lose you, no one will ever know. Your memory will be our keepsake, with which we will never part. For the Lord has you in his keeping, we will always keep you in our hearts. Hari Om Anadi Nidhano Deva Sankachakra Gadadhara Akshaya Pundrika Akshak Preta Moksha Prado Bhava Krishna Krishna Kripalu Tvam Gatinang Gatir Bhava Sansar Magnanang Prasiddha Purushottamam Om Tat Sat Pretatma Shanti Tat Sat Pretatma Shanti Tat Sat Pretatma Shanti Shanti Shanti. Bolo Shri Ram Naam Satya Hai, Sab Hi Ho Ghat Hai. Please be seated. Offer your flowers on the coffin and go down by her feet and bow. You can give them to her. If anybody wish to relive these final moments for final viewing, anybody who would like to come, you're welcome to do so in an orderly fashion. Okay.